for now, this is what we have as real connection. This is what we have. Like, this is even probably more focused connection than we even have in real life. Because in order to hear and see what you're saying, you actually have to like attend to the square. My name is Holly Rabishaw. I live in Los Angeles. You can see you're in my yard, and the rain has been pouring here and beautiful, and now it's after the rain fresh. So I hope to send that to you to freshen you. Do all of you have a little bit of space to move around in? Like at some point, and maybe even now, I'd like for you to make sure that you can see whatever you need to see if you were to stand up. So take a moment and literally stand, and make it so that your phone can be seen, because I need you to be able to move a little bit here first. So I want you, if you can, to just come to stand on your feet. And if you have shoes on or socks, feel free to take them off. Can you hear me really well? I hope so.
Yes, you sound good.
Okay, good, thanks. I ask you to take socks and shoes off just so you can start to embody your feet a little bit. And take a moment to just pull your shoulders up to your ears and roll them back and down. Just do that a few times. Mine sounds really crinky and crackly when I do that. It's like crick, 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 crackle, crackle, crackle. And now just swing your arms a little. Maybe bend your knees, swing your arms a little. Good. Maybe swing them like a soldier. Good, and then just turn towards me. Open your arms really big. Big stretch open. And now take your right arm over your left and give yourself a hug. You know, like really draw your arms over each other and hug. Good. While you're here, separate your feet a little wider, bend your knees, and round your upper spine, like you're pulling your belly in a little and just rounding your upper spine. And now open your arms and stretch your arms, big V for victory. Huge stretch. And then bring your left arm over your right arm and do the other grab. Hold on, reach for behind you, like you're trying to give yourself a hug. And then lift up your chest, bend your knees, and just fold in a little bit here, round your upper back. Rise up and stretch up. Take a big inhale, stretch out. And exhale, bring your arms down. Good. Take a massive inhale in here. And then ground it, exhale. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, push the energy downward. Reach out and up and in breath. And push the energy down, exhale. Really nice. Just stand here for a moment. Maybe just head circles. Follow your breath a little bit here. And then come back to center and exhale. Come back into your seated position where you started, please. Get all settled. Finding a comfortable seat. The practice that we do today has movement, it has breathing, it has mindfulness. I'm just asking you to introvert your attention, the attention that is outward. I'd like for you to turn it inward. Drop some awareness down into yourself. Even if your mind wanders, just be aware that it's wandering. Draw inwardly for a few moments. Take an inhale in through your nose, down into your belly. Hold at the top of the breath. And exhale through your mouth. I inhale, the breath wave flows into me. And I exhale, releasing all the breath. Bring your hands in front of your heart center. Just balancing left with right. Lift up even taller through the crown of your head. Lift the front body up and soften your shoulders down. Become intrigued with what it feels like to sit. And then release the backs of your palms to your thighs and gently bring your eyes back open. Take a moment and just self-study. Can you feel a difference from what we just did to your tension and stress level right now? Inner noticing. Introvert your attention. Gently blink your eyes open. Nice inhale and exhale. I'd like you now to come onto a position that's just different from what you're doing. So if you're on crisscross, maybe come up onto your knees. If you're seated, just change your posture for a moment so that your arms and your hands are free. I'd like for you to shake it, shake it, shake it. Yeah. And now flappy, flappy, flappy. Can you feel like how tight your wrists are? And now open your hands and roll your wrists around, forward and backward. And then bring your hands down. Just take your right arm forward and go like that. Yes, and now take your left hand and wrap it even with your thumb. If your right shoulder is hiked up, drop it down and reach through your forearm. Oh, so turn, yeah, there you go. Bring your hands off your fingers and all the way up onto your hand. So the stretch is onto the front of the hand. Yes, exactly. And then shaky, shaky, shaky. Flappy, flappy, flappy. Okay, so I want you to go to your pinky finger, same hand, and use your fingers to push your pinky finger back. But don't overdo it. It doesn't have to hurt to work. Just a little stretch. Now make it your second finger, your ring finger. Now do your middle finger, your long finger. And now for the pointer finger, I want you to take your hand in between and push your thumb. Use your hand to push your thumb and your forefinger away from each other. Can you see that? And then you spread your fingers to kind of force your forefinger and your thumb away. And then slide your hand onto your thumb and work your joystick. And then take your thumb and sort of use it as a joystick. And then shake your hand out and bring your arm down. Relax your arms at your sides and just feel. Can you feel if the arm that we just worked on, does the shoulder feel more released? Can you feel more or less tension in the neck, in the shoulder, that we've just reduced stress so far away from the neck, yet we made an immediate relaxation response all the way through that side? Maybe. The second side, so you'll take your hand up, your left hand, drop it down. So we're trying to flex the wrist, or excuse me, extend the wrist as far as you can. And I know that looks really crazy because I do this a lot. You may just be here or here. And then stretch your forearm forward. Draw your shoulders down and firm your lower belly in. Good, excellent. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Flappy, flappy, flappy. Shaky, flappy. And then take your pinky finger and just stretch it back. Try to curl the other fingers in a little bit. Don't go overdo that because that's hard. And then take your pointer to your ring finger, then to your middle finger. Soften your shoulders, relax them. Thank you. And then to your pointer finger. And then you'll just switch to your hands pushing your thumb and your finger away from each other. Then slide your fingers down and palpate your phalanges, your carpals, and your metacarpals. And then use your thumb as a joystick. And then shake it, shake it, and flappy, flappy, flappy. And then you can relax. Did we do one more there? I don't think we did. And relax the arm down. Interlace your hands behind your back. Why don't you come to stand now? You want to come to stand? Come to stand. So wait, before you do that, if you can't reach, sometimes I use a towel, or you can even use a flip-flop. I've got a flip-flop and I can bring my hands together. You can use anything back there to hold on to if you can't reach. Bring your arm, bring your ribs in. So try not to sort of stick out. Try to move your body inward and lift your arms upward. I'm just gonna come over and take a look. That looks really good. And now bring your fists towards your butt and bend your elbows. Do you see that? And then squeeze your elbows towards each other. Oh boy. And then relax your arms down and exhale. Separate your feet, what I call base of support. So it's ankles. Let me see if I can get that in the shot. Ankles, under hips, under lungs. Ankles, under hips, under lungs. Base of support where you can, or slightly wider if you want. Take your hands forward. Turn your palms up. And then serve T. Yeah, good. Drop your tailbone down from your belly in and try to move your hands back without throwing your ribs forward. Keep your ribs in and just externally rotate your arm bones. That's a lot of tension up in the shoulders, I know. And then relax that down, exhale. take your right foot forward and then put your right hand on your knee. And then drop your right shoulder in and go, look at me. Just a little stretch in your shoulder. And then open it out and then press back and stand up. Left foot steps forward, bend your knee, left hand on your knee. Drop your shoulder forward. Oh. And then open it up and come on up. Step forward. Last little here. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Bend your knees. Move your butt back. So don't go forward. Move it back. Put your hands on the tops of your thighs. And then bend your knees even more. Little squat. Yeah. Now firm your lower belly. Just strengthening through the hips. Rise up, stretch up, and squeeze your butt. Squeeze the muscles of your glutes to stretch the front of your hips. And then slowly exhale, bring your hands back to your knees, bend your knees, move your hips back. Rise up and stretch up and reach up and inhale and firm your hips. And then exhale and bend your knees, put your hands on your thighs. Rise up again, inhale and stretch up and press up and lift your arms to the sky and then bring it on the exhale. Hands to your thighs, move your butt back, move your knees back. Last one, we rise up and stretch up into the sky. And then bring your hands down at your sides, step your feet together, inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Stay where you are, close your eyes, your body. Breathe your body. Say it out loud, I embody my body. Notice the feeling tone. Is the mind wandering or is the mind present? Moving meditation, single point of focus, watching the body and the mind and the breath. Literally inspiring. Any more inner noticing that you want to do? Take your time, go as slow as you like. I'm going to move back a little bit. Can you hear me well, or is it too far away from the microphone? Good? Okay, cool. Thank you. So I want you to just take some time and nourish yourself with some side bends and twists. And I'm going to show you a few things, and you can either work with me or you can do anything that would feel really good to you. I'm going to show you a few things to do. So one is just moving your ribs in a big circle. And you can move your shoulders and soften your neck. and then you can go the other direction. So that's one thing you could choose. Here's another. You can walk your left hand out and reach your right arm into the sky and stretch and just move from side to side. So those are your two things. If you have something else you want to pick, do it. I will just move through it with you. See if you can breathe in each shape. Oh. Take your time. Explore what it feels like to use the earth to support you as you breathe, as you move. See if you can feel like you're more in tune with the air around you, the space around you. And I'm going to change now for me. If you want to explore another movement, feel free. Stillness may be your preference, and we will be joining you in stillness soon. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better. And I want to thank you so much for being part of that and helping me to feel better. Just even to taking the time to do this with you. Thank you. I honor you. Thank you. We're going to move into the meditation piece. And sometimes when you're learning to meditate, it's helpful to have something to transform. And sometimes I use oranges, little mandarin oranges, and I sniff them. Or an essential oil, like a really good essential oil, or something that's going to transition you between. Well, the yogis call this practice pratyahara. Pratyahara is sensory withdrawal. So you're removing your awareness of everything to go inward. And this is helpful for me in helping me to move and focus on myself and inwardly into the breath. Sometimes I use a dry oil on my skin. If I feel dry or something, it feels distracting. Sometimes I'll actually first take like a dry oil. You can even just use your hands right here. And I'll just kind of slather that on so I don't feel susceptible to the wind. And then I sit. Having done what we just did, the asana, the movement, the breathing, has prepared us for stillness. You've taken some moments to collectively check in with many of the major systems of our bodies. We moved our feet and our ankles, our calves, knees, thighs, hips, our midsection, our low back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, hands, fingers, throat, face, crown of head, ears. We've moved it all. Now we are going to embody the stillness. Feel the bottom of you warming to the seat cushion below you. Notice if you're holding, and you don't have to let go, but you can notice. Bring awareness to the way your sitting bones feel on the earth, and maybe lean your whole upper body back a little bit, rising a little taller. And you feel the sitting bones underpinning your posture. You're aware of your pelvic floor, the triangle, the bottom of the breath. The breath will ride in through your nose, your nasal passages, down into your lungs. An energy exchange. The waist carried back up and out and away 20,000 times a day. We breathe. Notice the coolness of the inhale through your nose. Notice the warmth of the exhale through your nose. Soften your shoulders down, just soften. And then lift up to the crown of your head using your postural muscles, your belly. Reconnect in this moment. I'm going to go into some silence. We'll start with a breath pattern. You'll inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Take in a little bit more if you want. Hold. And even more if it feels safe for you. Hold. And exhale. Watch 5 more breaths. The inhale, the pause, the exhale, the pause. Maybe you're still breathing and counting your breaths. Maybe you're finished. If your mind wandered, awesome for you, you noticed it. Let's bring all of our minds back. All of our minds back. And now gently bring your hands in front of your heart center and bow your nose towards your thumb. And then only open your eyes enough to see your hands. Just enough to see your hands, just a very gentle opening. Just dropping your hands closer into your heart, shoulders roll back and down, head lifts, but eye gaze is directly towards your hands. Feeling a great sense of appreciation for this self-care practice, for this mindfulness practice that has so much potential for healing. allow your hands to come to your lap. Reseal your eyes shut for a few moments. Add in anything else you need right here. Namaste. Namaste to you. Namaste home.
Namaste.